Right now at 10, from slide-offs to flight cancellations, the havoc that this weekend's major snowstorm left behind.
And no snow day for La Crosse School District administrators, how they're looking to prepare students for future careers.
Plus, how the Strait of Hormuz standoff is escalating tensions in the Middle East.
You're watching WKDT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 10. I'm Emily Brown.
And I'm Ken Kozarowski. We start with the weather and some rough road conditions earlier today. Wisconsin State Patrol is sharing just how busy troopers were during the snowstorm.
News 8 Now's Jadius McGee joins us in the newsroom with all the details. Jadius.
Yes, State Patrol says troopers responded to hundreds of incidents over the past 24 hours. According to Wisconsin State Patrol, troopers responded to 92 crash investigations, including 11 with injuries. They also handled 225 vehicles that ran off of the road during the storm, including several semis that slid off area highways. Troopers also assisted 188 motorists who needed help getting back on the road. Officials say reduced visibility and snow-covered roads were major factors in many of those calls. State Patrol is reminding drivers to slow down and check road conditions before heading out. Reporting in the newsroom, Jadius McGee, News 8 Now.
Thank you, Jadius. The Sparta Performing Arts Booster Club's show choir is set to return after the storm stranded them in Orlando. The choir making the trip for nationals when their return flight was canceled. According to the club, rebooking travel and an extra night created an unexpected $15,000 cost to students and families.
So when I did get that call, my heart just sank because I was like, this is going to be a process now. You know, it's not something that's simple, because I assumed already, you know, we're not the only ones that are having this issue. There's quite a few.
The club has set up a GoFundMe to cover costs. That link is on news8000.com.
Around the state, more than a foot of snow burying Green Bay, pairing with powerful winds, creating dangerous whiteout conditions in some areas.
And the National Weather Service reporting over 20 inches in Kewaunee County, causing the roof of this farm in Casco to collapse. The owner says no people or animals were injured.
And it looks like we're not quite out of the woods yet. Some potential snow later this week, Greg.
Yeah, we'll have that Tuesday night, but we got bitterly cold to wake up in the morning. Sub-zero temperatures you would expect, and wind chills more like January or early February, but we're going to see it here. You can see down to 0. Wind chills for around the area La Crosse around -10. We will see some improvement by noon with more cloud cover. Winds will lighten up too. Won't be any type of wind throughout the rest of the day. And Eau Claire could get on -4, maybe even colder. Wind chills 10 to 15 below. We'll see some improvement getting up to 5 below for apparent temperature at noon with 13. Once again, the winds will be light. They'll start turning around to the south because we do have a warm front approaching. But right now we're currently 12 or 16. We still got wind chills around 0-1, but the winds have started to lighten up at least further north, 10 to 15. La Crosse still getting 15 to 20, but that will lighten up somewhat. Few clouds left out there, mainly clear skies, but look at all those temperatures to the west, already in single digits given the clearing skies. If you look at the parent temperatures right now, they're seeing 10 to 15 below still out in eastern Minnesota, given the wind speeds. Not quite as bad as you go further east, given cloud cover and lighter winds. Now later on, unfortunately, we're not melting the snow, which you would expect in March. We're going to add more to it, what's on the ground, so we have that. And we do have a little bit maybe of spring-like temperatures as we get closer to the first day of spring here later this week. We'll explain all that a bit later.
All right, well, it felt like we already had enough snow, but I guess a little bit more is in there.
Yeah, we still got April to go through too. So
we sure do.
Yep.
Thanks, Greg.
And a reminder, you can track weather on your block by downloading the First Warn Weather app.
A woman from Arizona is arrested for trying to smuggle drugs into the Jackson County Correctional Institution.
26-year-old Valencia Nash admitted to bringing cocaine to an inmate. Officers found roughly 6 grams on Nash and suspected ecstasy in her vehicle. A search of her rental property in Appleton turned up more cocaine. Nash faces felony charges, including delivering illegal articles to an inmate and possession with intent to deliver. Chippewa Falls police say their non-emergency phone lines are down due to a Spectrum outage. Emergency 911 service is still working, but should only be used for urgent calls. The lobby call box remains available. Police will update the public when service is restored.
School District of La Crosse students may have had the day off, but their administrators did not. Leaders from all 6 of the area's school districts meeting with the La Crosse Chamber today. They were discussing programs the schools can implement to best meet the needs of employers and how they can collaborate with local businesses.
So essential for business leaders to see and learn what's happening in the school districts and at the various schools in terms of preparing young people for the jobs, but also for the businesses to be able to share, here are the skills we're looking for.
The chamber also helping the school district tackle challenges they're facing.
The contestants for this year's Conductor Wannabes are in. First, Michael Quam is running and representing the Family and Children's Center. The program supports music, education, and academic success. Quam's goals also support children and families who are going through suspected child abuse and neglect.
When the opportunity came up to support both music education as well as the Stepping Stones program at Family and Children's Center, we thought about all the ways that children would benefit from this.
This week, we'll introduce you to every contestant.
Now on to developing news in the Middle East. President Trump is asking allies to help reopen a critical oil shipping route, but several nations are saying no.
Erica Brown reports from Washington.
President Trump continued to pressure U.S. allies Monday to assist the United States in reopening the Strait of Hormuz, a critical passageway for oil tankers transporting about a fifth of the global crude oil supply.
We strongly encourage other nations whose economies depend on the strait. They should be in here very happily helping us.
Several nations, including Spain, Italy, and Germany, rebuffed the president's request.
We can't be at every place to support a war which we didn't start it.
British Prime Minister Keir Starmer was also apprehensive.
While taking the necessary action to defend ourselves and our allies, we will not be drawn into the wider war.
Iranian officials said the strait is only closed to enemies, and in an interview with Sky News, Iran's deputy foreign minister warned the U.S. against deploying boots on the ground.
Even suggesting that a foreign country can put boots on the ground of another country, invade another country, occupy the land of another country, is something very much rogue, very reckless.
Now, President Trump has warned NATO could face consequences if member nations refuse to help reopen the strait. And he's urging other countries like China to get involved, although he's pushing to delay a summit with China's president due to the war.
We're speaking to China. I'd love to, but because of the war, I want to be here. I have to be here.
Iran continues to attack U.S. allies and partners in the region with drone and missile strikes, including an attack on the airport in Dubai over the weekend. Erica Brown, CBS News, Washington.
FCC Chair Brendan Carr is threatening local broadcasters over their coverage of the war, claiming they are presenting, quote, fake news and must operate in public interest or the FCC will revoke their licenses. Wisconsin Republican Senator Ron Johnson is one of many lawmakers pushing back, saying he does not support government meddling with free speech.
The conflict continuing to send fuel prices soaring. The average price of gas in Wisconsin standing at $3.39, the highest prices for a gallon in the state since August of 2024, and 63 cents higher since the start of the war. Still to come, a nationwide blackout hits Cuba. What's behind the electrical collapse?
And the madness begins. March Madness brackets are out. The Badgers' first round matchup right after this.
Tomorrow on News 8 Now this morning, the next generation of Irish Americans changing Irish pubs on St. Patrick's Day, and Art has more cold in his forecast. We'll see you starting at 5 a.m.
Maxwell White wants you to love your water. Preventative maintenance helps to keep the love going. Maxwell White can get your equipment running right so it can last longer and save you money. Call Maxwell White today. Water conditioning done right.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Or get a total value of over $6,100 on this Sierra 1500 model. Plus get $3,000 trade allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
Hi. Hi. Chocolate fundraiser.
With the Chase mobile app, things move a little more smoothly. deposit checks easily, and send money quickly. That's convenience from Chase. Make more of what's yours.
Tired of hard water and harsh chlorine? Maxwell White Water Conditioning brings you the all-new Dual Media Water Softener. Say hello to softer skin, luxurious hair, and water that feels amazing. Call Maxwell White today, where better water starts here.
1 out of every 10 TSA agents called out sick yesterday, while more than 300 others have quit their jobs as they continue to go unpaid due to the ongoing partial government shutdown.
Senior transportation correspondent Chris Van Cleve has the latest.
Today it was flyers at Atlanta's airport suffering through security lines so long they took 2.5 hours to navigate. TSA staffing issues forced one of the airport's checkpoints to close. Over the weekend, this was the scene at the Austin, Texas airport. TSA sick calls have more than tripled during the shutdown nationally, just as the nation's airlines expect a record 171 million flyers for spring break.
We have a 10:30 flight. We got here 4 hours early, and we're hoping to make it for sure.
Robert Echeverria worked the TSA checkpoints at the Salt Lake City airport for 9 years, but with no paycheck or end in sight to the latest partial government shutdown, he quit.
I love the agency. I love the people that I worked with, but my family has to come first.
Was it a hard decision to leave?
It definitely was.
He's among more than 360 TSA officers who have quit since the shutdown began last month.
It's really hard. The hardest thing is seeing the struggle that my wife was going through and not trying to bring more stress to her, but seeing her cry every night and seeing her just be emotional and how am I going to feed my family? How am I going to survive?
You couldn't do that again?
I couldn't, no. Emotionally, I think I wouldn't be able to do it.
Food pantries like this one in Salt Lake City are opening at airports across the country to help fill the gap.
Do you worry that it makes flying less safe?
I definitely do. Somebody's looking at an x-ray image. Are they really looking at the x-ray image, or are they worried about what are my kids doing at home? What am I going to feed my kids this afternoon?
The vast majority of TSA officers are on the job, but those sick call numbers are growing by the day. And while the disruptions have been spotty, they are becoming more common. Some airports are now urging flyers to arrive 3, even 4 hours before their flights. Chris Van Cleve, CBS News, Phoenix.
Meanwhile, Cuba's electrical grid has suffered a total collapse. It marks the largest nationwide blackout in recent years, and it comes weeks after the U.S. shut off the flow of oil to the island. Cuban officials say efforts are underway to restore power.
The Kennedy Center in Washington will shut down for 2 years after July 4th for major repairs. The closure follows staff resignations and canceled shows. At the White House before today's vote, the president said the need for extensive repairs prompted the initiative.
We're rebuilding it. It's in very, very bad condition. It's been it's been somewhat of a disaster, to be honest with you. It's been let go to hell. That's what they've done. They did a poor job. They spent money in the wrong places.
The board previously renamed the facility the Trump Kennedy Center, but some historians and lawmakers say congressional action would be needed to change the name.
Well, the brackets are set as March Madness is finally here. It's Duke taking the top overall seed. Arizona, Florida, and Michigan are the other 1 seeds. Wisconsin will be a 5 in the West region, and they'll take on the High Point Panthers, 12:50 p.m. on Thursday.
And for the women's bracket, it's the usual suspects on top. UConn, South Carolina, UCLA, and Texas taking the number 1 seeds. Minnesota grabbing a 4 seed in the Sacramento bracket. They'll face UW Green Bay in the first round.
We will have more news ahead.
But first.
Yeah, unfortunately, we got cold and even more snow for St. Patrick's Day that'll go into the night. So we'll show you how much we'll get and when we might finally reach spring-like temperatures later in the forecast. That all coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
At Top Dog Retreat in West Salem, your pup isn't just boarded, they're pampered. From tail wagging daycare to cozy overnight stays, we treat every dog like our own. Safe, clean, and full of fun. Book today at booktopdog.com. Top Dog Retreat, a bark above the rest.
Get an 11% rebate at Menards. Add comfort to your home with new carpet. Shaw Floors carpet is soft and resistant to stains and wear. Pick up the Huntington series. On sale for a value of 69 cents a square foot after rebate. Stay comfortable year-round with a Hunter ceiling fan. Check out our great selection in-store or on Menards.com. Get this Midnight Sky indoor-outdoor ceiling fan for a value of $169.99 after rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Chevy trucks are as capable and dependable as the Chevy people who drive them. You probably know one. Your sister. Your buddy. The ones who always show up. They all have that little extra something. And maybe you got it too.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Right now, get over $7,300 total value on this 2026 Chevy Silverado. Plus, Costco Executive members can get a $12.50 members-only incentive.
We're an implant-focused practice. I think the advantage of a father-daughter practice is, I've been at this for 30 years now. I learned things that worked well and things that didn't work so well.
And it was fun to be able to just jump in and kind of complement that. I feel like it made both of us stronger. You don't expect it when you walk into a dental office. You don't expect the family aspect, but when you walk into our doors, we're going to give you that.
If you think you have a full mouth of challenges, come see us. Come down for a free consultation.
I do like knowing the person that's sitting across from my desk. I've formed a lot of relationships over the years based on trust. When I see the look on a member's face, when I say, yes, this loan is good, you're good to go, it makes me happy. To me, being the team you can trust is honesty. When you do a loan with me at Firefighters Credit Union, like everything we do, it's not about the car, it's about you.
'Cause everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
At Top Dog Retreat in West Salem, we've got it all. Playful daycare, cozy overnight boarding, and a boutique full of treats, toys, and gear. Your pup gets love, care, and plenty of tail-wagging fun, and you get peace of mind. Top Dog Retreat, a bark above the rest.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
Well, if you look at the snowpack right now across the area, you would think it'd be February or even January, given how widespread and eventually how thick it is, especially towards the UP, where they've seen quite a bit too. All across the northern plains, it's still quite limited as you go out west. They're going to see some record temperatures out west. As we kind of cooled off, they're going to have a ridge over there, so expect 70s, even 80s in a lot of the areas that shouldn't see that this time of year. If you zoom in, overall you can see pretty much a solid snowpack all the way up to the UP. In fact, some of those areas are approaching 300 plus inches this year. This will play a factor somewhat in how warm we get later in the week, because although we'll have a little bit of southerly wind, it's coming across a lot of snowpack. Areas further south towards Mesa City, northeast Iowa, lesser snow may see a better shot of maybe getting to 60 by Saturday, but there's a lot of confidence. And with this in play, it also throws in that fog issue too as you start melting some of this moisture. So we'll be dealing with some of that too. So it makes the temperature confidence a little bit lower going out towards the end of the week. This is where in the wintertime where you see the average temperatures are in the 20s too. That's where we were pretty much today. That's even where we're going to be even colder tomorrow. So once again, this is about the coldest temperatures you would see on average during the winter time. Now, if we look at the springtime temperatures, we should be climbing, and we are slowly. By the end of the week, weekend, most areas will now be at least upper 40s or low 50s. We were likely not going to see that till the end of the week. We might get more into the mid to upper 50s, more middle to end of April as we go to the end of this week. But you can see by the time we get to the start of April, we're hitting around the low 50s. So we continue to climb, although we're just not going to see any type of real warm conditions. Right now, we've seen less cloud cover. That has allowed a lot of the temperatures, especially west of the river, to fall quite rapidly into the single digits. The only thing keeping these temperatures up tonight probably will be the wind. As it's going to die off, and you're starting to see some lighter numbers with wind speeds overall. It's just not going to completely go away and being calm and clear skies, which then would allow the temperatures to be even colder at night too. So that's one good thing, saving grace with a little bit of wind. Unfortunately, it does create wind chill. Right now, 5 to 10 below for most areas. East of the river, it's not quite as bad yet. It's more 0 to 5 below, but still, once again, very cold, very chilly for this time of year to see these conditions. There's high pressure. There's your warm front to the west. That's going to slide east overall as we go through tomorrow. It'll get here, as I'll show you, by the evening commute. But in the meantime, the wind chills, as I mentioned, it's definitely going to be cold out there, 10 to 15 below. We will see not much improvement until we get maybe to the afternoon hour, where the temperatures will be more closer to the apparent temperature. So we're back in the teens there, and then we won't see much there afterwards. Overnight lows, as I mentioned, some of the areas ignore these temperatures. It should be in the negative numbers too as we go throughout. Most areas will see that. Tomorrow, barely hitting the low 20s, upper teens, low 20s, definitely cold out there. The good news is that's probably the last day we'll see the 20s. We're going to see some changes. I got the visibility on here to show you kind of when the snow band begins to hit the area. Just at the start of the evening commute, probably west of the river by 5 to 6, east of the river. We'll start seeing, you can see there's a little bit of pockets of areas that get down to maybe 2 to 1 mile between about 8 to maybe about midnight with that band coming through. So it will accumulate, but we won't have as strong winds going on. It'll push east of the area, and then we have cloud cover to persist at least to the morning hour till we get more sunshine afternoon. Snow amounts with this one, not that bad, but 1 to 3 inches. I don't think you'll see any of these 2 to 4 popping up. It's more going to be about 2 to 3. So some morning slick commutes are possible. Temperatures, Wednesday, we get back up to the 40s finally, and later on we're going to see even warmer temperatures. Once again, a little bit uncertainty how warm we can get with the snowpack, so those 50s may be a little bit in question. I'm hard pressed to see 60 for a lot of areas on Saturday. There will be a cold front sliding south, and that's why you see the drop in temperatures for Sunday and Monday, but nothing too bad. Overall, fairly dry pattern too once we get past Tuesday night, but still, it's a winter type for the next, like I said, tomorrow it's definitely going to feel like January.
Fantastic. Bundle up, everybody.
Exactly.
Lucky us.
Thank you, Greg. And coming up next in sports, title game bound. The U.S. national team returning to the World Baseball Game Championship. Plus, is your bracket busted yet? The Badgers finding their draw for the NCAA tournament. We'll hear from the team next.
Keeping you safe and ahead of the storm with current conditions and updated video forecasts from the local team that warns you first. The News 8 Now First Warn Weather app, giving you more than what you'd expect. Get it now. No, seriously, like, right now.
Celebrate St. Patrick's Day March 17th at Houghton's Jackson Street Pub. Enjoy drink specials, hearty corned beef and cabbage, or a classic Reuben with fries. So grab your friends and come raise a glass at Houghton's Jackson Street Pub, where friends and family gather.
Soar into a new career at Eagle Crest Communities.
My experience here has helped me tremendously. My skills that I'm learning as far as helped me to better my career, because I do want to be a nurse. I'm going to Western right now. They also help with like the TIPS program for tuition. So they help with school. They help with my schedule professionally. They are very supportive with my child and my child care. And this is just like the perfect place for a single parent like me.
Learn more at eaglecrestlife.org.
That to-do list isn't going to do itself. That's where the 2026 Motor Trend Truck of the Year Ford Maverick comes in. Agile, nimble, equipped for wherever you go, and capable of taking what you need. Ford Maverick, turning a to-do list into a to-done list. Now get $2,500 bonus cash on a new Ford Maverick. See your local Northland Ford dealers today.
Improve your home, improve your life. More choices, lower prices. The 28th Annual Early Bird Home Show, only at the Board Store. Create a sanctuary in your own backyard. We are favored to live in a wonderful area. Make the most of it with a deck that is safe and sound, a pergola or patio cover to shield you from the sun, a 3-season porch to protect you from bugs and bad weather, or a year-round sunroom you enjoy 24/7 every day of the year. Great value during the 28th Annual Early Bird Home Show, only at the Board Store.
Celebrate St. Patrick's Day March 17th at Houghton's Jackson Street Pub. Enjoy drink specials, hearty corned beef and cabbage, or a classic Reuben with fries. So grab your friends and come raise a glass at Houghton's Jackson Street Pub, where friends and family gather.
Covering all the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
Well, the madness is almost ready to ensue. Yesterday, the NCAA releasing the 68-team field for the tournament, and once again, Badgers are putting on their dancing shoes, hoping to make a deep run. Wisconsin enters the national tournament with a 24-10 overall record, receiving a 5 seed in the West region in the bracket release show yesterday, and they'll take on 12th-seeded High Point, who enters the big dance with a 30-4 mark. Greg Gard's team possesses a ton of confidence after some impressive performances against some of the country's best teams, and they believe they can make a real run.
I don't know if we proved anything to ourselves. I think we knew what we had in this locker room the whole season. Obviously, it took a while to get where we want to be, but I think to the whole country, we proved we can make a run in this tournament. We have some of the best guards in the country, probably the best backcourt in the country. That can take us a long way, and then once we get our team fully healthy, I mean, I think we're a team that nobody wants to play. So,
High Point, obviously a really good team. As you heard me say before, all the bad ones are on spring break. 30-win team. First-year head coach has done a great job. So excited to be in it. Don't care where we get sent, who we have to play. Just eager to have the opportunity to make a deep run.
Badgers and Panthers scheduled to tip off on Thursday at 12:50 on TBS. Later this week, it will also be tournament time for the West Salem Panthers, as over the weekend they wrapped up another sectional championship, downing Menominee 61-54. Coach Schmaling's team cut down the nets, locking up their 4th trip to the state tournament. West Salem got the 2 seed and will face 3-seed Whitefish Bay on Friday afternoon. And we'll hear from the Panthers tomorrow as they prepare for state. Green Bay Packers players getting a big bonus from the NFL's performance-based pay program, an extra $16 million, leading the way safety Evan Williams, who earned $1,300,000 on top of his regular salary, more than doubling what he made. The bonus system rewards high playing time with lower salaries, and Williams delivered, playing over 900 defensive snaps with 100 total tackles and 3 interceptions. His payout ranks 25th highest in the entire NFL. Meanwhile, for the 3rd time in a row, Team USA will be in the World Baseball Classic final, as last night they were able to get past a stacked Dominican Republic team, winning 2-1 in a thrilling game with the game's best talent littered all over the diamond. U.S. manager Mark DeRosa says regardless of who came out on top in the semifinal contest, last night was important for the sport as a whole.
The WBC has this magnetic way of just growing the game of baseball. And tonight, I go back to the last time when Ohtani struck out Mike Trout, and it's like baseball won that night. Whether we won or didn't win, baseball won. I think baseball won again tonight.
And the Americans just found out their draw. They'll face Venezuela in the championship game on Tuesday night. They took down Italy 4-2 tonight. So it's U.S. Venezuela tomorrow, 7 o'clock on Fox. Meanwhile, today, U.S. Soccer and Nike unveiling the new uniforms the national teams will wear as the country prepares to host the 2026 World Cup. The collection features 2 designs, a red and white stripes kit and a dark blue stars kit, both featuring a USA logo on the chest. Now, players helped shape the final design, providing input on everything from fit and breathability to fabric weight and even seam placement. How about that, guys? For the first time, the look will be worn by all U.S. soccer national teams. The men's team will debut the new uniforms in a match against Belgium later this month. Guys,
little
we love
fashion designers.
Yeah, we love dissecting these uniforms and stuff, whatever you want to call it. So,
Yeah.
what do we think?
It's a lot to digest, honestly.
You're not a fan.
I
You don't
joked,
like the
I joked
red.
Candy Cane
Candy
Lane
Cane
with the
Lane.
stripes. I don't like that at all. I think it's
I like
horrendous.
the blue stars one.
Yeah,
though.
that one's kind of clean, sleek
subtle.
looking.
It's very understated.
Yeah.
I've been looking at the other ones. Adidas has done a fantastic job with a lot of the nations. Belgium has a very nice rich red. Japan has an understated cool blue.
Okay.
Ooh.
But
We could do.
we'll show you during the break.
I'll
But
do it.
I think it's a
I
swing and a
get my
miss
take.
for U.S.
So we're hoping that they do better than the jerseys.
Yeah, maybe they'll distract the opposition with the stripes.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Guys.
Thanks.
All
Jim.
right, more news right after this.
With Maxwell White's new zero-dig sewer lining technology, we can repair your main drain line from the inside. No torn-up lawns, no destroyed driveways, no mess. Contact Maxwell White today and experience the zero-dig advantage.
Here's your food. Thank you. Hey, your food's right here. Have a nice day. Thanks, you too.
Food's here.
Food's here.
Finally. Best pizza.
here. We're here. Quick Trip.
I met my abuser when I was 10. He was my Sunday school teacher. At 18, I was pressured to marry him. Chris Taylor was the first person to stand up for me. She worked with both parties and with law enforcement to pass laws to protect survivors like me. Chris listened, and my abuser went to prison. On the Supreme Court, Judge Chris Taylor will continue to protect Wisconsin.
Judge Chris Taylor, protecting our rights, defending our freedoms.
We are the Dillows. We are from Northern Kentucky. Being out in a rural area, coverage is pretty hit and miss with other carriers. So switching to T-Mobile solved a lot of problems that we had.
I'm able to use T-Satellite now. We've got coverage no matter where we're at.
America's best network meets off-the-grid satellite coverage with T-Satellite. And now switch to T-Mobile and get free phones for $0 down. Plus 4 lines for only $25 per month per line.
Better service, better price, win-win.
We're starting the new year with our biggest sale of the year at Interior Designs Holman. All our carpets are on sale, so you'll save money and get more for free. Free measuring and estimating at your home. Free furniture moving, even that heavy couch and king-size bed. Free removal of your old carpet and padding, and we'll recycle it. Free life of carpet labor warranty for as long as you own the carpet. All at the lowest prices of the year and 12 months no interest financing. Save money and get more for free during the biggest carpet sale of the year going on now at Interior Designs Holman.
Have you checked your sump pump lately? After a big rain, basement flooding can significantly damage your home. Stay ahead and dry with a call to Maxwell White. We have standard pumps along with battery backup systems in case you lose power. Prevent future damage. Contact Maxwell White today.
Expect more from News 8 Now. Thanks for watching.
A wild turkey is causing quite a stir at a busy Virginia intersection.
Yeah, the turkey named Gary has become a local celebrity in Virginia. Gary regularly stops traffic as he stretches through the intersection, pecking at tires and even perches on traffic lights. Wildlife officials decided moving Gary would be riskier than letting him stay. And area businesses say Gary's fame has brought extra customers to the area.
Okay,
and Gary does not care.
No, that's Gary's neighborhood right there. I'm still fascinated that Gary is the name that they landed on. You know, what's the lore with Gary?
Gary the wild turkey. I don't know. I like it. It's fitting though.
I think so.
Gary the turkey, and it's helping boost the economy too.
That it is.
Good job, Gary. All right, Greg has a final look at your forecast right after this.
Come on, boys. These dogs aren't going to eat themselves. Yeah, mustard? I'm a mustard gal myself.
Interested in a heat pump for your home? Here at G&T, we've got an offer to sweeten the deal. Qualified customers can get up to $8,000 off a new Goodman heat pump system and a $2,000 tax credit for this year. In most cases, you'll pay less for this heat pump and furnace system installation, as well as over time with its efficiency and energy savings. Seriously, a Goodman heat pump that's smaller and more efficient for less. Plus, it's installed by an amazing team of skilled technicians with quality you can count on and experience you can trust. Interested? Call G&T for the best heating and air conditioning guaranteed.
Password 1234.
Incorrect password.
Technology, am I right?
We need a new tech lead.
This is the job for Sponsored Jobs.
Sponsor your job on Indeed and get matched with quality candidates when you need them most. Visit Indeed.com/hire now.
Hey, Dominic here to ask, do you love salt but need to cut back on all that sodium? Mini Mini Salt by Pleasing is the answer, and it's recommended by doctors and dietitians for those on low sodium diets. It tastes like regular salt but with so much less sodium. Use it just like your table salt. Great on corn on the cob, tomatoes, watermelon, and yeah, you could even use it on French fries and everything else you love to salt. Be sure to get your Mini Mini Salt by Pleasing and 40 other blends at the Pleasing Outlet Store on Ward Avenue, La Crosse. Get out of here.
Get up to 14% off with double tax relief savings at Home Furniture.
If you have a crack like this, well, you have a problem. Today I'm learning how a cracked wall might mean your foundation is sinking.
It always points towards the area where it's sinking. For example, this corner here, we're down almost a full inch of drop.
Right, so that's going down and that's causing the crack.
Correct. And then this door, they don't even use that door anymore. It cannot open.
Innovative Basement Authority is now Groundworks. Schedule a free inspection.
Going on or coming off?
On. 14 hours. Oh, thanks. Saving lives. Cheers.
Well, definitely be cold out there for St. Patrick's Day. We're looking at morning lows below zero for a lot of areas. Wind chills could be 10 to 15 below. That snow chance comes late, probably after like 4 or 5 p.m. Once again, those temperatures are more what you would expect in the middle of January. We will see 1 to 3 inches of snow potentially for Tuesday night. Some improvement Wednesday. Depending how the snowpack plays out, we might see 50, maybe even warmer by Friday.
Well, looks like we're going to have a pot of cold tomorrow, guys.